in-person worship. You may have already seen an email or a social media post, but I just wanted to kind of also take this moment to give you a bit of a heads up. We have a group of leaders here at St. Matthias that were set aside for the task of guiding decisions about how we would reintegrate, reapproach gathering together for in-person worship. That group is called the Healthy Church Team, and the HCT, and I sit on that committee with others. That group meets regularly. We met last night. I'm recording this on the 9th of December. So on the 8th, we gathered last night, reviewed the local COVID information, guidance from the health department, also the Virginia Annual Conference and the district. We thought about the nature of our congregation and the people that we serve and the larger community, and came to the conclusion that it is wise for us to cancel in-person worship for the time being. So the in-person worship service that is for this Sunday, the one that was planned just before Christmas, those services have been canceled. And we will also not have in-person worship services on in the first half of January. Now, we will meet in early January. The HCT will meet in early January, and we will discuss local rates, see where we are, look at the trend lines and all those things, and then make a determination about resuming in-person worship and hopefully doing it on a weekly basis starting in late January or February. That is all to be determined based upon the information that we have at the time. Now, this is a difficult decision. This is not an easy decision, but in light of the projected probability of COVID exposure, even in small groups inside of our particular community, we felt that this was a good decision. There is a probability model for event planning provided by the Georgia Institute of Technology. This is a recommended resource from our conference. And so looking at Stafford County, even knowing the diversity of Stafford County, the probabilities of a gathering of 25 people encountering a person that has COVID and is in the position to spread that is about 31%. So if we gather with a small group, we still have a good chance of exposure to COVID. And with that in mind, within the realities of some of the folks that would be coming and then going home with that potential exposure, we wanted to make sure that we were doing the right thing. In fact, local health officials and national ones as well have really kind of encouraged doing anything that people in communities can to flatten the curve is a really important thing, not only in terms of preventing sickness and in death in the immediate circles that we have, but also what it impacts the broader community in terms of overwhelming the medical capacity. The local medical capacity has been in a tough place and an increasingly tougher place. There are weekly briefings online. It's on Facebook and other venues, I believe, from Mary Washington Hospital, and they are very concerned about the possibility of their ICUs filling up and their systems being overwhelmed, and then also people needing to be treated by folks who are not necessarily specialists in the diseases that would be presenting themselves. So it could really complicate and hamper the ability for people to deal with a variety of illnesses. So we want to do our part. Wearing a mask, social distancing, washing hands, those are things that make personal sense, but it also makes sense for communities and organizations like ours, churches like ours, to do everything we can to promote well-being, and well-being not only for individuals but for the community as well. People look at what we do. People see how we are being careful or not being careful. I completely understand the frustration. I I've shared. I know that I wake up some mornings thinking like, oh, it would be so great if we were back to normal, or if we were in a place where COVID has disappeared, and that day may come. We have a good possibility of the vaccines that are being developed and hopefully will be available soon. But those vaccines will take time to distribute. And it may be that people will need a lot of extra time either to have access to that or to feel comfortable about this. And it will be the widespread use of that vaccine that will prevent the future spread of COVID, that really has a chance to stamp that out within our broader community. So I am hopeful, but for now, it is wise for us to be good citizens, to be good community members, and to be good church members, to work in faith, to love and to support each other, and also to love and support each other by trying to do the things to flatten the curve. I have heard it said that people should be very careful about loving their family members, loving those people that you hold tight to, so that you can actually love them in person next year. That the things we do now, even though they're difficult, even though they create heartache in being at distance and not being able to be present, that can make a future where you can actually do those things with those people that you care for. So we will continue to offer the best that we can in terms of meaningful worship that would be available to you and to your family for Christmas and for Epiphany after. We will continue to offer online classes, online worship services, and other material as we go through. There's nothing that can stop the celebration of Jesus Christ. I mean, we made it through Easter, right? So here at this Christmas, we will do the very same. Now that brings me to this. We worked very carefully with the developers in the leadership of the Spirit of the Season event that is scheduled for Sunday afternoon. Now, that's an outside event with people in cars, which is very different from having people gathered inside of a worship space in the way that we would have done in-person worship. So with that in mind, and with modifications in terms of the way things will happen, we will continue to offer the Spirit of the Season event scheduled for Sunday afternoon. It is a drive-through event. Volunteers will be socially distanced, masked, and in an appropriate place to kind of keep them safe. We'll keep participants safe, and we'll have an opportunity to mark this season, to celebrate Jesus, and to be community together in that unique and particular way. If something about that changes, we'll make that very clear. We'll make that announcement as soon as possible. But for right now, we continue to plan to offer that unique event, Spirit of the Season, on Sunday afternoon. Well, listen, friends, this is all the time really I should take from your day right now. I'll have more information, and I look forward to spending some some quality time, even though we might be distanced. I look forward to spending quality time with you um, as much as we can during this season. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Really, take care of yourself. Take care of the people in your bubble. Take care of your community. And I will look forward to seeing you soon. God bless.